So I wanted to share with you and with those from the church who are watching. I had a really funny illustration for Sunday, and I wanted to just share it with you. Jesus says he's the good shepherd, and the good shepherd know his name, and they know his voice, and he knows them, and he knows their name, and he calls them by name, and he leads them, and he guides them. And so, as a shepherd, he has, and shepherding was very common in the ancient days. Today, I don't know much about it except I know a couple things. Sheep are not the brightest, and they're a little stubborn. And so I had an illustrator. Sheep walks around with a shepherd's staff. It's a cane with a hook on it. And the staff has multiple uses. It goes like this on either side of the lead sheep, kind of to steer them. You know, you tap them on this side and they move that way. You tap them on this side and they move that way. And then sometimes sheep get curious. They get themselves in situations they shouldn't be in simply because they got curious, and they walk out on the edge of a rock cliff, and it's so steep and so dangerous they can't even turn around. So they get stuck. And so the crook is to reach down and get the sheep around the neck and pull it, get it back to safety. And so Jesus is the good shepherd. He does all the things that a good shepherd does. And so I was thinking about this shepherd's crook, and how does he actually guide the sheep with it? And I don't know why, but I instantly went back to my childhood and my mother and father, who had 5 children. I was the second in line. It was Nina, Ernie, Rick, Steve, and Nancy. And so we camped all the time, all up and down the East Coast, all through the United States and all through Europe. We would camp, and I would end up, while they were setting up camp or something, doing something, we'd do our chores and we get ready to go, and then I'd go exploring, which is what I like to do. I like to explore. And some of my siblings would go with me. And oftentimes I would go at inopportune moments when there were more chores that needed to be done. But I would want to go exploring because it's the first thing that I want to do when I get to a new place. I want to go exploring. I don't want to set up a tent and go get firewood. I don't want to do that stuff. I want to go exploring. And so I would usually convince Rick or Nina to go with me, and we'd start wandering off. And I would hear behind me my mother's voice, the shepherd's crook. And she would say, "Ernie, Rick, Nina, get back here right now." And the next thing I would hear is, "Nina, go get your brother. Ernie, you turn around and get back here right now." The next thing I would hear is, "Ernest Martin Post Jr., you get back here right now." And the shepherd crook it's starting to get louder. It's getting louder. And the last thing I would hear is my father's whistle. And when I heard my father whistle, I knew I was in trouble and I had better turn around. And I think a shepherd's crook is like that. I think God has tools at his disposal to get us to turn around. And I wish I had learned earlier in my life to listen to the little gentle tap. It took me a long time to get past the whistle. But I feel like I'm past it now for the most part, and at a different stage in my life. And if I were to tell a younger me what would be one of the most important lessons that you should learn early in life, is to learn to listen to the gentle tap. I hope you all have a great, great day.